Alright, welcome everyone. We're live. It's Zenith Online Racing. We're back for round 2 of the F2 League. We are in Austria this week. It is. We're going to ride on board with Jinnit. He was one of the quickest guys. Absolutely ran away with it last week, so we'll stay on board with him for his qualifying run. One-shot qualifying. And then the sprint race to begin shortly after. So Jinnit looking good early on. It's a strong start to the championship for him. Picked up a lot of points last week and looking to add to that tally this week out in Austria. So looks like some weather hanging around. See if that clears up a little bit for the feature, the sprint. Yeah, it definitely looks like some weather in the air, and rain last week made it really tricky for the drivers. We feel like it'll be a little more balanced this week if we get, wow, look at those times. Brilliant stuff. I feel like it'll be a little more balanced this week if it's dry, so should see some really quality racing, especially the way Austria is. It's a very interesting track in terms of overtaking opportunities, and people tend to get stuck in these little trains, so I think with the way F2 is made, it's going to be some pretty good battles up and down the grid. I didn't go through the order there. I was just keeping up on the chat, trying to make sure everybody got the message not to ready up. I didn't really go through the order. But yeah, we'll go through the order on the formation lap. Obviously, we'll have to do a little flipping around to figure out I know Rex got pulled, Jinnit was second, so they'll be starting 9th and 10th. We'll see the rest of the field looks like. A lot of cars out tonight too. It's really good to see. We should have plenty of battles to keep an eye on now with the amount of drivers out here today and the balance. There's definitely probably gonna be some grouping. Some guys will clump together, but yeah, should be pretty fun. It'll be cool to see. I think last week we had about 12 or 13, so big jump this week up to about 17 or 18 drivers now. And yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially around Austria. Really tight track, short lap. So, see a lot of guys battling it out. Looks like we're getting ready to go. We'll have a quick formation lap. Let the fellas warm up the tires, and we'll get things rolling. Looking forward to this one. Just kind of a last-ditch idea here to try and get some racing on Thursdays, and now we've had two weeks in a row good turnouts, and this one better than last week. So, I think if it's a really exciting race and we get some good battles, hopefully it'll encourage a few more other people to show up, and we can get pretty close to a full grid out here. sakes. Let's check the tires situation. Everybody on the hards. I figure that's the way to go. These guys have disqualified themselves, unfortunately. Must have collided somehow. Yeah, so Hightower starts on the pole position. I guess it's not really pole position, but it's reverse grid pole. Carson, Vano, Terminal, Spot Up, Triples, Soy, JXW, Asylum, Jinnit, Rex, and then Villeneuve, Gord, Jetju, Toblerone, Bobby, Adlahi, and Seye round out the field. It's going to be fun watching Rex and Jinnit try and get back up to the front with all those other cars in front of them. And the interesting part is, like, the first few guys you got to overtake are probably going to be the biggest challenge based on the way the grid is reversed there. It'd be interesting though to see how good of a start they can get. If you can jump Asylum and JX just on the race start, that'd be a huge jump for Jinnit. Huge boost, because I think he's probably got a lot more pace than everybody else above those guys. So it'd be pretty interesting to see if Jinnit can get something done quick, or he's going to get stuck and really have to grind it out. Alright, so some cars already on the grid from their collision, and Hightower making his way back to the front to kick off the sprint race. This would be a really cool shot if they leave it here for the start. Hopefully they don't change the camera. Looks like pretty much everybody back on the grid ready to go. Oh, we got one guy rounding out the order here. Alright, let's get it going. Round 2 of the F2 League. Season 9 of ZOR. Let's kick it off. Hightower on reverse grid pole for the sprint. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on. And we're racing in Austria. That's a really good start for Vano. He looks like he's got a shot down the inside here. He might go for it. He does. Everybody through clean, looking solid. Really nice job there from everybody. And we got a collision. One car on the outside there. Vano looks like maybe got run wide and lost it. Soy Loco up to third. Really good start for Soy. And he's got a nice run here down the inside. He's going to make that move. And he's got the door slammed shut by Terminal. Jinnit with a solid start as well. He's well up the order. And we'll have to see how everybody else is shaking out behind. Try and keep an eye on these battles in the midfield. Jinnit having a look down the inside, nothing on. And let's get back here. We got another, the other orange car, I think Jetju, making a look around the outside perhaps. Yes, that would make sense. Did we lose somebody else? No, I think we're okay. I saw a car fly off the side there. Look at these guys wheel to wheel. Terminal and Rex. Terminal trying to hang on to this spot, and actually he's going for it on Soy, is actually who he's attacking, but he's under pressure from Rex as well. Here comes Rex. A really nice toe down the straight. It looks like Carson's got a really good lead out front, something he needs. He wants to do some damage. Looks like Hightower and Vano maybe collided on the start there, because they're both down the order. Kind of gave Carson a chance to stretch his legs and get out front. And here comes Rex taking a look. Can he do it under braking? No, he tucks in, and Asylum, I think on the outside there, got a bump just a bit, sticking his nose in, and I believe Rex just didn't really see him there, kind of moved over to take the racing line. Here comes Jinnit, looking to make a move down the inside. He's got the space, and he gets through. Nice job from Jinnit, really good overtake. Oh, and he spins into the wall! He's lost, and he's reset to track, and he's been caught on stream doing that. That's the second time this week he's done that. I mean, honestly, like, it's a pretty hefty penalty. It's 10 seconds, 3 penalty points. I mean, that's basically one more incident in your quali ban. You know, it's kind of frustrating to see. I know Jinnit doesn't seem to care for qualifying all that much, but Doesn't really matter if he starts at the back, he'll find his way up the front, but it's just, everybody knows the rule. I mean, come on. It's getting a little, disrespectful at this point, in my opinion, so clean it up. Alright, back to the racing. Rex with a really nice move there on terminal. And the charge is on for Rex. Started 10th, now up to 3rd. Going to be putting some pressure on these front runners soon. Soy Loco now starting to eat up Carson's lead. He's really cut that gap down, and he's going to be within DRS shortly. We got Toblerone, Gord, Spot Up, JXW, Say, Private, all nose to tail, chasing down Asylum. We'll check in with this big group here. See what Rex can do. He's got the DRS, he's got a line, it's not really on though. Gonna have to tuck in and take another shot on it. Really on Soy's tail. Soy does not have the DRS to help him now. He's been focusing on defending and lost a bit of time. We've got someone sliding on the order. That's Terminal. He just had a little mistake and dropped a few spots. Nothing too bad though. And here it goes. Rex almost through, not quite. Does have the DRS still. Trying to get around, and Soy covers it really nicely, but it looks like Rex has the grip on the outside. Soy has to tuck in, so Rex gets it done. Really tough to tell who was who there with the technical deliveries. Let's get back to this battle back here. Toblerone taking a look at Asylum. A lot of guys really close here. This is going to be a really solid battle for the rest of the night, I think, in this midfield group. Look at this, 3 abreast down the main straight. Toblerone gets his nose in front. Can Gord get through as well? He's trying to push through. Asylum gets picked by both guys down the main straight. So Gord and Toblerone through. Asylum under serious pressure here. Spot Up Triple's coming to have a look as well now. And Spot Up Triple's with a little bit of an error. Say has gone through. And just behind JXW now, trying to make his way through. Loads of battles through the field here. Hard to keep up with them all. There we go. Asylum and Say going at it now. And then you got Gord and Toblerone out front, wheel to wheel. Look at this. 3 groups of 2 cars side by side. Brilliant stuff. And looks like Gord all over Toblerone still. JXW, lots of position swapping here. It's really, I mean, I'm just trying to keep my eye on it all. This is great stuff early on. This is just the sprint. Look at that, big power slide there. JXW trying to hang on to it. Or sorry, is it Say trying to hang on to it? God, it's just... There's a whole bunch of them. There's like 4 battles side by side right now. And then Gord going after it. Down the inside on Toblerone, and he's out front. Little bit of wheel spin on the power there. Just couldn't quite get it down. Toblerone fights it back. I think he's going to get this back in front now. On the braking on the outside. Toblerone has the better line. He's just pushed to the edge a bit. Gord trying to hang on to it. And I think Gord's got it for the moment. Say and Asylum still swapping places behind. Just promotes lots of battling this track. Looks like Bobby's gone around. Villeneuve putting around the back as well. I wonder if he's had a mistake or two as well. Had to pit, it looks like, so that would have cost him some time for sure. Comes Soy, going for the, I'm going to be very busy. I'm going to have carpal tunnel by the time this race is over. Trying to switch these cameras. I was going to say Carson and Soy are going for it. Looks like Soy has got him on the DRS. I believe Carson will get it for the next straight, or will it still be Soy? Because that would pretty much lock it up. Yes, Carson does get it, so now can he fight it back, or is he... I think Soy just has that pace. He's been very quick. He's really just eating the time away, and I think Carson's going to be looking behind before he's moving ahead again. Gord and Toblerone having an epic battle here. Still wheel to wheel. Toblerone tucks in. Gord stays out front for the time being. Let's get back to this group. Jinnit making his way through. He's got JXW now. He's caught up to spot up triples. Jinnit belly inside, and he's missing a piece of his wing, and I mean he's still just flying here. He's going to eliminate that 10-second reset penalty pretty quickly. It's going to be the penalty points are going to be the thing that's going to sting, but the 10 seconds he gets is going to definitely overcome that. It's going to cost him some positions probably at the end, but I think on track he's going to... You think about the time he would have spent turning the car around, and then also now he's just driving his ass off. Kind of meaningless time penalty in that sense. Jinnit again with another move. On the outside on Asylum. And there it is. I wonder where he would have been if he didn't lose the car. I mean, you got to figure he'd be in front. The way he's driving with no wing, he's bloody quick, so... Soy and Carson still pretty close to one another. It's not all said and done. We got Toblerone and Seye having a nice little scrap. This has been a really good sprint race, though. Really looking forward to the feature race. I mean, if it's like this, beginning to end, that's going to be a hell of a night of racing. Adlehy currently with the fastest lap down in 15th. I don't know how the point works for that in F2. I'm not sure if they award it to people outside the top 10 or not. In F2 does things a little bit differently, so there's a chance that you maybe just give it to whoever actually sets it. And here comes Toblerone looking to fight it back. His opponent, Seye, has... Oh, big lunge down the inside. And he kind of makes it stick. He made that work. That was... I mean, Seye just left the door wide open, and Toblerone kicked it in. That doesn't really make sense, does it? The door was wide open. Why would he kick it? I mean, that's kind of what he did, though. The door was wide open. He went in and kicked it off its hinges anyways. That's a big-ism for sure. It's going to go down in the history books. Alright. And honestly, I feel bad for the guys around the back that are having these really good scraps because there's just so many up at the front, it's hard to justify going back there. Gord and Rex having a really nice fight here. Toblerone and Seye right in the mix. You got to figure tires becoming a big factor at this point. Some guys probably use them up a little more than the others. Obviously, you're not going to stop. You probably want to conserve those tires a little bit. And here comes Seye again, having a look. JXW's on spot up triples. I don't know, he's had a moment. Fooled by the Delta. So JXW recovering, and he's been passed by a couple cars, so he's going to be in a fight still, but he needs to get the car under him again. Say Toblerone, Gord, all pressuring Rex for that final podium spot here. Alright. Well, it's something I like to do in the F2 League. Comes Gord around the outside. He's being squeezed to the edge. Rex does not want to yield this at all. Rex on that awkward line. He's going to struggle with grip on the exit, and it looks like Gord's going to get him down the straight. Rex is going to be close enough to fight this back, though. It's not over. You see Toblerone and Say having an epic battle behind as well. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is brilliant. And it looks like Rex hangs on. Gord, Toblerone, Say, tuck in. Oh my, sends it. Gord going for it, and just nothing there. And I think that's going to compromise him here. It's going to give Toblerone and Say a serious shot at him. And Say could send it on both. He decides to back out of it. Smart move there. The fans go nuts. You can hear him going crazy in the audience here. Oh, man. That's a big slide for Gord. He's under big pressure. Toblerone comes through. Can Say get a shot? Oh, this is a great little sprint race we're having. I was going to say, I like to kind of back off and just kind of like let the racing happen. So let's do it this lap. Oh, no. It's not what we want to see. Did Jinnit get into the back of somebody here? He may have. I think he lifted, but they did lose some time to the guys in front. Jinnit is just climbing all over these guys, but yeah, I think he did lift to let the guys he hit stay in front. Or I don't know who hit who, but regardless, they did lose about a second and a half to the guys ahead of them, so it's a little unfortunate, but I guess they're not all that far behind, really, all things considered. Jinnit down the inside. Can he make it stick? He's missing a piece of that wing, and there's contact. Gord hangs on Jinnit. I mean, balls of steel with the end plate missing, going for that. I think Gord held his ground nicely. I think Jinnit probably just kind of ran that racing line wider than he would intend with the lack of grip, and yeah, just kind of bumped into Gord. So nothing malicious there. Just given the circumstances, I'm not surprised that happened. Surprised Jinnit hung on to it though. It was nice control there. Say under serious pressure now. Gord going for it. Jinnit putting some pressure on too. Can someone send it? And Jinnit, I mean, just lunges at him. No idea what he was thinking there. He was the third man back. It was never going to stick. Say hanging on, so we're on to the final lap here. An epic battle for fourth. Jinnit and Say, Gord, Toblerone, Asylum are all in the mix. Jinnit going for it. Down the inside, or on the outside, sorry. It looks like Say held the inside line, and that's brought Gord back in. Now Gord in the mix. Oh, that's Say way wide. Oh, and he's on the curb. Just a little slow on the power. Did get it under control. He's not out of it, but he's in danger of missing. And Say takes a lunge. Nothing there. Jinnit trying to get the power down. He's struggling. Say's close. Say smells blood. And so does Toblerone. Look at this. Right down to the wire in the sprint race. Decent amount of points on the line for P4. Asylum goes through. Toblerone passed. And they're still side by side, these two. Is there anything that can be done up at the front? No, these two ran wide. Asylum and Toblerone both run wide. Tie Tower makes the move on Adlahi as they come down the straight. Unbelievable. I mean, I tried to follow the action. I didn't even get the order as we crossed here. Brilliant. What a race. What a fucking race. I'm dropping the F-bomb. I don't care. That was a hell of a race. Yeah, that's your final order. Soy wins it. Carson. Soy's dominant. Carson second. Rex third. That's your podium. Gord is fourth. Jinnit is fifth. Spot up 666. Say seventh. Asylum gets the final point. Toblerone misses out on the point. Despite fighting for fourth place for most of the race, that's got a sting. JXW picks up a P10. Hightower, Terminal, Jetju, Adlahi, Vano, Bobby, and Villeneuve round out the field. Rex also was carrying wing damage, as he reports in the chat. Okay. All right. You see the points there? The fastest lap goes to Seiya, so I definitely think he gets the point for that. Should have went through the rest of the order there. I guess we have it from the checkered flag, but... Whew, gotta rest my voice. I don't think I stopped talking for that whole damn race. Just gonna run to the washroom quickly before we get going. Alright, formation laps underway. I'll run you through the order again shortly. See what everybody's tires are too. That's interesting. Jet juice dropped. Great. Hopefully you can get back in. See if I can get him. I don't think I have him on my friends list. I don't. Just gonna have to add me. Alright. So Rex on pole, Jinnit starts second, Asylum's third. This is better for Jinnit. I think if he can get himself in front here, and he probably could run away with this thing. Rex might be some trouble though. Asylum third, JXW's fourth, Soy's fifth, Spot Up Triple sixth, Terminal seventh, Vanel is eighth, Carson's ninth, Ty Tower will start 10th. And we got Villeneuve, Gord, Jetju, Toblerone, Bobby, Adlahi, Seye rounding out the order. Alright, the grid is nearly reformed. We are extremely close to getting this underway. That was an epic sprint race. One of the best races I've ever called in ZOR. This is season 9 of this, so that'll tell you something. Let's look forward to a brilliant feature race as well. Can't imagine it'll be any worse than the last one. It'll just be a little longer. We got Rex on pole position. Carlin, 3, 4, 5 lights are on. Another great shot to start. And we're racing in the feature. Round 2 of the F2 League. It looks like a really good start for Asylum. He's coming down that outside. Everybody through clean, it looks like. Through turn 1 and turn 2 as well. Up the hill. Yes, we are good to go. Looks like a brilliant start. Asylum having a look on Soy here. Soy very quick in the last race. It's going to be tough to hang in front of him, but you want to get a move done early if you're going to try it. There's a little bit of track. Oh, there is a Red Bull out. That is Carson. I think he's still in the race, but a lot of damage there. Could be a safety car, perhaps. Probably worth it to stick around and maybe get on the hards to go to the end. There definitely could be a safety car in this race for sure. So, not over yet, but it definitely sucks to have that happen so early. I was going to say there was a big traffic jam there, and like, not surprised someone came out of it into the barrier, because there was just, oh, there's someone off again, and that's Seye now. Is it Seye? Yes, it is, yeah. He's getting himself sorted there, but man, we are right back at it. Lots of good battles again early in this race. Lap 2, and we've got a bunch of cars barely separated. Toblerone and Villeneuve having a nice little scrap here. Villeneuve looking around the outside. He's trying to make that move. Adlahi as well in the mix. Asylum about to make a move down the inside. Around the outside, sorry. I just don't know who's in what car. It's hard for me to pick up who's where. So Jetju having some connection issues, it seems. Here comes Asylum. Taking a look here. Can he send it? He does send it. And side by side here still. He does get slightly in front. And you see Gord smells blood behind. He's coming through. The road is blocked by Asylum. Very smart driving there just to clog up the lane. Not give Gord a way to sneak by, because he definitely had the pace there. Really good battle out front too, and there's a moment for, I think, that JXW is dropped. And he just had a little bit of a twitch there trying to save the car. Or sorry, it was Gord that dropped, and JXW is now battling him. Okay, that makes sense. A nice scrap out front for the lead here. Let's focus on this for a couple laps. Jinnit trying to get by Rex, and Soy Loco, the guy who won the sprint race on the soft tire, is also back at the front. So Soy having himself a pretty good first 2 races here. He was really fast last week as well. Jinnit with that move, and they're wheel to wheel, and Soy looking to clean up the scraps on the outside, can't get through. Nope, another bump there for Soy and Rex. So Soy trying to make his way through. Jinnit now in the lead. They both go so deep there, they nearly ran into Jinnit, but Rex with a really nice move gets back in front. So Soy is good news for Jinnit. The quickest guy from the last race is now stuck behind Rex again. So it's time for Jinnit to make hay and try to get himself a little bit out front. Try to focus on this battle for a bit with Soy and Rex. I feel like Soy probably the quicker guy right now, especially with the softs. See if he can get through. And Gord looks like he's had a moment. He's sliding down the order. There's the DRS for Rex and Soy. Soy a lot closer. He'll get a better slipstream. Not close enough. He's really good on the brakes, and I think that's what's giving him these opportunities. I mean, he's right there. I think Soy's got a good shot at this one. He's definitely closing. Under braking, he seems to have the grip. Does go to the inside, and nope, tucks in. He's going to try again here down this straight, but now you see Rex a lot closer to Jinnit after 2 runs of DRS. So Jinnit's really not, he's not out of danger yet. I thought he was going to scamper off, but he's been hauled back in. See Asylum lurking in the background as well. He's coming through. Some nice battles going on back here. Let's check these out. Toblerone and Spot Up Triples going wheel to wheel. Spot Up Triples drops, and he'll be under threat. Nice little battle here. Vano doing a nice job keeping these guys behind him. This is his first night out with us in F2. He raced Tier 2 last night. You gotta figure Terminal on those hard tires really needs to get by Vano. He can't afford to be stuck behind a guy on softs. He's got to go make use of those tires in clear air. So Terminal going to be looking to make a move here. Really necessary for the strategy of his race. And he wants to get away from those guys behind him on softs. He doesn't need those guys getting in the mix. Toblerone making a move. And he makes it stick. Toblerone still in... Oh, no, sorry. Spot of Triples in front. Spot of Triples in the orange car. He does get through. He gets the van... No, I don't know which one it is. The Drugovich car. There's a little bit of contact there. Spot of Triples had to kind of save the car, so... Just kind of giving Toblerone a little bit of breathing space. Let's get back to the front here. Epic battle going on for the lead. Soy Loco on those softs, desperate to get by. And Jinnit, desperate to build some sort of gap. He's just... I mean, really, this guy's just hanging on his tail right now. Like, there's nothing Jinnit can do to get away. The DRS is really strong. GXW goes by... Asylum in the pits, that's why. Asylum pitting off the softs early. Might not be a bad idea, honestly. Could pull a really nice undercut and then just kind of defend his way. Especially if he knows these guys that he was closing up on these 3. And they're really just battling each other. So, I mean, they could start costing themselves some serious time. That could allow Asylum to jump them. Now, it depends where Asylum comes out. Is he in clear air? He looks like he does have a bit of space. Looking down the orders in a... He's probably coming out... behind Villeneuve. He's basically in clear air. There's only going to be 1 or 2 cars to overtake for quite some time. So Toblerone and Terminal going at it. Toblerone with a big lunge down the inside, it seems. And Terminal trying to hang on to that. Spot Up Triples and Bobby right there. And then the rest of the order just sort of falling away from one another. Everybody kind of finding their own little space to drive in. So really our battle, and I mean this is the way you want it, is the top 10 is very competitive right now. Now the rest of the field, not really much to look at it for the time being. Obviously tire strategies will come into play towards the end of the race, but yeah, for now, this is what we've got going on. Big battle for 5th. Vano is not that far off JXW either, so it's not like he's, you know, completely clogging these guys' races up. You know, he's doing a nice job, and he's kind of hanging on to the front 4. Or I guess JXW is nowhere really near the front 3, but I mean, that's a 4th place in reach, so that's all I want to say. 4th place is in reach for all of these drivers, and obviously a lot of race to go still, but opportunities there, and obviously these guys are going to smell that and realize that, and they're going to be looking to make some impressions and score some good points here tonight. Jinnit out front, starting to just kind of eke out a little gap over Rex, kind of trying to drop him out of that DRS. Jinnit to grind you down with his racecraft. That's how it is. Terminal has had an incident. He saw him in the background there in the barrier. He's going to have some serious recovery to do, I believe, and probably need a wing change as well. So, on the hard tire, not great, given he maybe needs to pit now. So, spot up triples getting off those softs. Toblerone really close here to Vano. So he's finally going to break through. Sends it down the inside. Vano does a nice job defending. Gets some good exit, and he probably can fight that. Take an eye at the front. Just jumped over. I was going to jump to the front, but this is closer still. So nice job by Vano defending there. Hangs on. Stays ahead of Toblerone for the time being. Toblerone, I think, probably a little quicker right now. Just needs to find his way through. And Rex kind of reeling Jinnit back in now. So it's a nice little battle going on there. If the field back here separates a little bit more. There it is. Toblerone sends it and is not on from there. It was a good opportunity. I could definitely see why he tried, but you definitely want to save those moves for corners where you can get them under braking. Soy pits. So Soy's starting to fall off the front runners. Does pit now. Oh, there's a moment for Vano. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was having a good race so far, but Vano off into the wall. So mistakes starting to cost us a little bit here tonight with the feature race side of things. Sprint race was epic. Feature race so far, everybody's kind of starting to spread out. High Tower and Say having a little battle. Obviously, like we said, tire is going to be a factor. I guess this will be the race where I get my opportunity to do the let's get on board and just give you a nice sound lap where we watch someone try to hunt another driver down. And right now that's Rex trying to hunt down Jinnit. We're on board with Rex right now in the Carlin. Jinnit out front in the Van Amerforce. And we're keeping an eye on that High Tower Say battle. I'm going to jump to that if it gets closer. Otherwise, we'll probably stick with this for a bit, and we'll give Bobby pits, Vano pits. The guys on the soft starting to get off that tire now. Yeah, so High Tower just starting to slip away from Say. Looks like Say is going to get him, he's going to have him covered. We'll just watch the Delta for another lap, and then we'll get on board with Rex. take all the junk off the screen and we'll just kind of watch him try to hunt down Jinnit. We have Vano catching up to Gord here. I guess Asylum maybe needed a wing change because he's still way at the back. And he pit early. I thought he was looking for an undercut, but must have needed a wing change. We got a yellow flag. That looks like it might be Bobby. Yep. Just trying to match the colors. I saw him drop down the order, so. Hightower just kind of hanging on to saves. Not really getting blown away here, but it's kind of the same thing with Jinnit and Rex. They're kind of like even match right now, so let's get on board with Rex. Just watch him try to hunt down Jinnit, and we'll just hope we don't miss any action on the back end there, but there's not too much going on at the moment, so it's a good time for it. Here we go. Oh, both drivers pitting. I mean, they're still going to be racing on the way out, right? So, I would say that Rex probably gained a touch there under braking in the pit lane. It's a pretty quick stop. Whew, that's tight. I think Jinnit lost some ground in the pits there. Alright, we'll see where they come out. Let's get that order back up. So Rex 1.5, so he did lose his DRS, and that could be problematic. Adlahi on the old softs has tucked in just behind Rex. I don't think he'll be too much of a threat. Rex really needs to find a bit of pace now. He needs to get back in that DRS range so Jinnit can't extend that gap. I feel like that was kind of the thing keeping him in reach. And maybe Jinnit just got the power down better on the pit lane exit. It could be something that simple. Alright. We got some good battles going on back here. We got to check in with this. Bobby, Gord, Vano, Asylum, all mixing up now for the final point. Private Jetchu in reach. And this is what we need to focus on for the time being. We'll get back to Rex and Jinnit if that gap gets back down to about a second or so. JXW pitting. Jinnit's got this thing covered. And there it is. Big move there from Vano. Can't get it done though. Gord just slipping back. And Asylum and Gord now side by side. It looks like Gord's tucked back in. Asylum takes that place. So, really epic battle going on here for the final point spot. And I think Say on the softs might be in bad shape by the end. These hard guys might be able to catch him. We'll see what happens. Vano under pressure from Asylum. Here comes Asylum. Can he get it done? Down the inside, they're still wheel to wheel, and Vano hangs on. For now, to 13th. Gord putting some pressure on as well. Gord, can he get the move done? Down the inside. And Vano with that grip on the outside. It looks like he just had a little bit of a moment there and slipped back. Looked like he initially had the grip he needed. So Rex has lost touch with Jinnit. Jinnit now about to make the move for the lead of the race against Hightower. Hightower obviously on a different strategy. Not much point of fighting that one. We'll see if Rex can keep up here. See if the tires maybe come back to him at the end. Maybe he's just trying to preserve them, knowing Gennett's pushing. It's hard to say. Could be a little bit of a chess match going on there, but right now I think that without the DRS, Rex is just not able to keep the pace that Jennett had. With the DRS, he was able to keep up and kind of hang in and out, and sort of the ebbs and flows of each lap. He would close in a little more and then drift back a bit and then close in a little more. And Bobby with a bit of a moment there, and he's gone round. He looked like he had saved it initially and then went round. So there's another battle lost, but we still got Gord. Gord and Carson and Vano battling. Carson, there's no way Carson's going to get to the end on those softs. I mean, he's got to try, I guess. Adley, surely in the same boat. I mean, he has to pit. I guess if you got a safety car, though, right? Actually, you know what? You can't pit for your mandatory under safety car, so Adley has to pit regardless. And running out of time. If you did get a safety car, you might not have time to pit anyway. Actually, is it because it might rain? Because now there's clouds over the track. Is that what he was considering? Comes Carson down the inside, gets the move done on Vano. Gord Sauce trying to get by as well. Vano having a good night of racing here. It's good to see a new guy getting in the mix and having some good battles. And just got a little squeeze there. I think he was entitled to a bit more space. Hard to tell. The camera angle that they often show there when people are battling is quite honestly garbage. It's really hard to see where everybody is. I'd prefer the overhead shot, honestly. Come on, race director. So yeah, out front, Jennett with a pretty solid 2.3 lead. I mean, obviously he picks up a penalty or something, he's in danger, but he seems to have it covered out front. I don't think he needs to... He's probably not pushing too hard at this point. He's got a little bit of a cushion. He's probably now just making sure those tires get to the end. See if Rex has saved some tires to try and push at the end. Get back to Gord and Vano. Here comes Terminal. Terminal sneaks through. They're a long way out of the points now, but Asylum looking to catch up to Jetju here. Vano having another good battle with Terminal this time. Does get back in front. Gord putting some pressure on Carson. Hightower finally pitting off those hards. I mean, where can Hightower come out? I'm thinking Hightower might come out in the points with fresh softs. Could do some damage. Might be able to get a couple spots. See what he can do. Be interesting for sure. Adley, he really needs to pit as well. I mean, 16 laps on the soft side. He hasn't pit yet, surely. I'll double check that, but yeah, no. So Adley, he needs to stop. Terminal and Vano again. Stuck on another car for some reason, even though I went to them. Terminal down the inside, sends it, and I think he's got it for the moment. A little bit of a slide trying to get the power down. That might give Vano a shot to come back at him. No dice for Vano. It looks like Terminal's got that covered. Let's go back to Seye. Where did Gord has put the wets on? Why? Is it starting to rain? No, It's not me. Sorry, I was going to say Hightower, P8. I mean, 7 seconds behind Say on old softs, and spot up. Let's see if he can. He might be able to. It's a tall order, but these two squabbling. Hightower could just pump a lap in here and gain a lot of time. I mean, absolutely fresh softs. Gotta figure that's some advantage. Asylum has reeled in Jetchu, so we got a couple laps here to go and a few battles shaping up. Adlahi looks like he has had a incident. I believe probably because he's on 17 lap old softs. Barely out of the gravel. He hasn't got it turned around yet. I think he's going to get stuck. Yeah, he's disqualified, so Adlahi out. I mean, he was going to get disqualified anyway because he hadn't hit, but... Now look, it is raining, yeah. Look at that. Gord on the wets, I mean... And the crazy thing is, Gord's actually gained a bit of time on them. I don't think that's because he's on the right tire, and maybe just luck, but... Here comes Asylum down the inside. Now him and Jetchu going wheel to wheel. Jetchu has to get out of it. Looks like Asylum's got that spot. So now a little bit of wet weather at the end of the race. Jetchu, can he do anything? Carson's pit for the wets. There's no time left. Why would you pit? Unless the track becomes literally undrivable. Like, I don't understand. It's not going to rain that hard. Toblerone trying to catch up to Vano. This battle's for points, so let's keep an eye on that. Jetchu trying to catch Asylum. Just keep an eye on the interval behind Toblerone there. Does seem like they're struggling for grip now. KRS disabled, okay. Subscribe. Nah, it's too late for anything to happen, I think, so. I guess if you had nothing to lose and it became torrential, worth a shot, you know, if everybody just slides off the track and gets stuck or something, but yeah, I just think it was a little too late for the wet tires. And that's it. Jinnit wins it. Rex crosses the line second. Trying to watch this battle down to the wire. Toblerone has a chance to take a shot here. It's really his last opportunity. See if he can get by Vano. Gord has crashed. JXW did not serve a penalty. What would that be? Speeding, I guess? And Toblerone not going to be able to quite get it done. Those old softs just don't have the grip. So obviously, like, oh, big moment. That is a big moment. Toblerone hangs on, but yeah, can't do it to get up to P11. So, good race, though. Good race. Good night of racing. The sprint race was fantastic. The feature race, solid. Everybody spread out a little bit more, though. So, Jinnit wins it. Rex is second. Soy will take third. Say will take fourth. JXW fifth. Spot up Trip sixth. Hightower seventh. Asylum eighth. Jetju ninth. Terminal 10th. So that is your points. Terminal picks up a point. I want to check the positions gained. Look at that. Say 13 positions gained. Brilliant race from him. Got to be driver of the day, right? Alright. Let's get a quick interview going here. Jinnit, Rex, Soy. Get those guys in. See if they join. I don't think Jinnit joined last week, so we'll try to get Rex and Soy in. That's Soy logo in here. Jinnit. Don't think Jinnit will join, but I'll send him in one anyway. Alright, we got Soy, we got Rex. I don't know if Jinnit will join, he's on the PC. I sent him an invite on his PlayStation account anyway, but... yeah, we'll start with Soy. Obviously, really, really strong sprint race. Excellent result for you. You seem like you were close to the front at the start and just had the pace to kind of capitalize and just get away from everybody else. So, good sprint and then a really solid result in the feature race, picking up P3 as well. How you feeling about? I saw between sessions you were saying brilliant idea. How you feeling after race 2 of F2 League?
Yeah, honestly, super fun. I love the fixed setups. Just everyone's on an equal foot. Pure pace is what's gonna get you to the front. So obviously couldn't keep up with Rex and Jinnit in the feature race. I was trying as hard as I could to switch the strategy to match theirs, because I think I probably could have got by Swelly or JXW, whatever he goes by in the Discord, whatever the fuck he goes by now.
Yeah.
Either way,
slash.
Pretty sure I could have got them, but at the end of the day, I think Rex and Jinnit were going to be a bit too quick. And then as soon as I had like one opportunity to get to Rex and Jinnit on the softs, but the opportunity just didn't materialize. So, but happy to come in third, pick up the points. It's all good.
Yeah, that's the nice thing with the sprint and the features. You know, if you nail one and then you have a pretty solid result in the other, you end up going home with a lot of points. So, it's a nice. Yeah, it's a nice result. Really quality racing, honestly, from everybody top to bottom. I didn't really see anything too cheeky out there. I didn't see any clumsy shit. It was quality. Like, that was the sprint race was brilliant. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better race. The feature race, I feel like, you know, in comparison's a bit of a letdown. But like, if you gave me just the feature race on its own, I'd probably say, hey, that was fun. You know?
Yeah.
So that's how I'm feeling after it. But yeah, great job. Rex, really, really solid night for you as well. I know you just kind of jumped in the F2 thing this week, and I'm glad you decided to join, because you and Soy both seem to be competitive enough to push Jinnit up at the front there. So, how are you feeling after your first race weekend, quote unquote?
No, feeling alright. Definitely a little different. I just was dealing with wing damage in both races. So,
yeah.
The first one I spun coming out of turn 4 and smacked the wall. And I had both the right and wing, and then the contact between me and Jinnit gave me wing damage, so it wasn't bad, but yeah.
That's fair. So yeah, you think like without the damage, I know Jinnit had damage in the sprint race as well. He was bloody quick with the wing damage.
I don't
But
know.
like
what he
without the
had,
wing
but
damage, like
I
what do you?
was, I felt pretty good without wing damage. It was
Yeah, like you think you could have
the,
won potentially?
sprint. I had orange and red, and then in the feature it was orange. So
Okay.
it wasn't the best. I don't know. I might have a couple things report. I don't know, but
Yeah. I think you definitely got the pace to win it if you're not carrying damage or something like that. But yeah, it was weird. Jinnit smashed his wing up in the sprint race, and then he was actually like pretty quick still with the wing damage, and I was like, man, who's gonna stop this guy? But yeah, it was solid. The sprint race, like I said, epic. Feature race, hard to live up to a race like the sprint was. So by comparison, not as great, but there definitely was some really quality battles in the feature race still, and obviously the tire. Like I like that there's a tire strategy element to it in the feature. The sprint race, obviously, you kind of know nobody's really gonna pit, right? So you don't really have too much to figure out on that front. But yeah, let's wrap it up. Call it a night. Like this to be a quick night of racing. It's not too late, so if anybody has any final thoughts, feel free to add them. But if not, we'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, GG is fun. Let's get back to it next Thursday.
Yeah, I'm excited. Where are we going next week? Because it's reversed. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great question. Let's take a look.
All right, you can take a look because I'm not at my
Spain.
phone. All right, that'll be cool.
Yeah, Spain's gonna be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, same kind of like similar type of overtake track where you're gonna have to grind it out probably. Really only gonna get that one shot, right? So. Yeah. All right, cool. We'll see you guys next week for Spain, and then we'll be back Monday night for Tier 1, and Tier 2 is Wednesday at 8 p.m. And we will see you guys next week. I think after that we have a break week as well. Pretty sure. Or is it break week next week?
I don't know.
Well, we're not breaking for F2, so F2 will for sure be next week. You know what? Let me check that calendar quick time.
Calendar for next week is 15th. No, the break is after back week.
After this week, right? Okay, yeah, it goes till like the end of March. Okay, perfect. All right, well, we are back next week then. So Tier 1, we're going Baku next week for Tier 1 and Tier 2, and then for the F2 race, as we said, going to Spain. So yeah, we'll see you guys Monday night. I'll be there for that, hopefully, unless something goes wrong, but if not, I should be back for F2 Thursday at the least, and we'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for popping in for interviews, and honestly, congrats, great job. Everybody should be really proud of what we pulled off here with our crumbling no assist here turning into F2 League, and now we've got like one of the best races I've ever called was the sprint race. Like that alone is just like put it on the pedestal. All right.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right. Later.
Yeah.
Guys.